All right, guys, so I'm going to be taking you through a quick tutorial on Adobe Premiere. Okay, so all of you guys have in your computer, in your thaw space, a folder that looks like this one that says stock footage. Okay, so how to access that is you click on your file folder down here, and then you guys are going to go to computer. Okay, it says computer down here somewhere, and then you're going to see thaw space. Okay, so all of you guys have stock footage, and that's what we're going to use. So to open Adobe Premiere, you go to your Start menu. Yours is going to look a little bit different than mine, but you can just search it. You can just search Adobe and then find Premiere Pro. Okay, and it's going to take a second to load. If you get a intro video, it's like an aerial view of a rainforest. Just press skip on the lower right side of that video. And let me see if mine does it. I'm not sure if mine's going to do it. Let me hide that. Yeah, so mine doesn't do the intro video. Okay, after that, you're gonna see this screen. Okay, after you skip it, this is the very first screen you're gonna do after you open Adobe Premiere and you skip the intro. You're gonna say New Project. So we're gonna start a new project. You're gonna title it Practice Edit, and then you're gonna wherever you're gonna save it. You can change right here. So you're going to browse and you're going to save it to your Z drive. So you're going to press browse, computer, Z drive. I'm just going to save mine to my desktop and you're going to press OK. Okay, and then it will take a second and then it will populate this screen. Okay, this screen is your interface, your basic default interface for Adobe Premiere. It consists of 4 rectangles. Okay, so this lower left, upper right, bottom right. Okay, so 4 different rectangles. Kind of a general outline of how things go is that you bring in your media here. So all my video files, I'm going to bring in right here. I preview them up here. I then bring what I want down into my timeline down here. This is where all the work is done, in the timeline. And then whatever work you do in the timeline is previewed up here, which is kind of like previewing your final product. Okay, so we're going to start down here. This is where we start. So where it says import media to start, and you can change by hovering over these gray lines, you can change like the size of all these. Okay, see that? And it changes my toolbar as well. So I'll just keep it about like that size, I guess. So where it says import media to start, I'm going to double click there. Okay, you guys are going to go somewhere different, but this window will pop up. When this window pops up, you're going to go to your computer, and then you're going to go to your thaw space and you're going to click once on stock footage and import it. Okay, so you're going to go to your computer, then thaw space, and then stock footage. So I'm going to go to desktop, and then I'm going to click once on stock footage, and then I'm going to say import folder. Okay, so you're going to go to computer, then thaw space, and then you're going to find this folder that says stock footage. You're going to click once on it. Don't click twice. You don't want to see everything that's in it. You only want to click once on it so it looks like that, and say import folder. Okay, it's going to take a second. It's going to import your files. Come on, mine's taking forever for some reason. Come on. Wow, that took forever. Okay, yours shouldn't take that long. But once it's done importing, you're going to have this little folder down here. Okay, now I have my files that I want to work with. I'm going to double click that, and it is going to pop up this window. Okay, your guys might actually pop up a window that you can move down. That's fine. You just double click and you can see these. Okay, notice how if I hover over these, typically it'll let me view what's inside of it. It might be a little bit different on yours, but yeah, see, now it lets me view what's inside of it. Okay, so that's helpful because when you have like 60 videos in here, you want to find the one where the kid is, falling off his skateboard or whatever. You can scroll through and kind of figure out what's inside of each individual video. Okay, so for this one, we are going to be editing, we're going to be making a Del Oro edit. So I'm going to find one that is suitable for the intro of like a Del Oro promo video. So I'm going to use this sign right here. This one of the sign. Okay, so I'm going to, whatever one that I want to start with, I am going to double click. So I'm going to double click that one and it opens up this window. Okay, so it pops up there. If I decide that I don't want that one, I can double click a different one. Okay, so whatever you double click populates into this upper window. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one right here. Okay, this one right here, I can then preview when it's up in this window what is inside of it with this blue playhead. Okay, so as I drag this blue playhead, it shows me what's inside the video. Okay, if I want the whole video and the audio in the video, okay, I can just click in the middle and drag it onto my timeline. And then that is my video and my audio, the entire file. I'm going to press Control Z to undo. I can always press Control Z. But if I want a portion of that video, I can use what's called in and out. So this first portion is kind of weird. There's like a bush, and we really don't start seeing the lettering until right there. So I'm going to press I. Watch what happens when I press I. And this gray bar pops up. Okay, and then I want it to go until right about there. I'm going to press O. Okay, and that gray bar cuts off. Okay, so in and out, I and O. Okay, I can always change it if I want. I can change my O to there, or my O to there, or my O to there, wherever it is. Okay, I can change my I as well. You can also just drag these, okay, and get them to where you want. So once I have my selection where I want it, I can once again drag from, let's see, right about there. I can once again drag from the middle down to here, and that brings me my video and my audio. I'm going to press Control Z. But for this, we're going to add music behind it. So I just want my video. Okay, so if you see these two buttons right here, the one on the left is drag video only. The one on the right is drag audio only. Okay, so we definitely don't want to drag audio only. That would be for like trying to do someone's vocals or someone's voice or something like that. We want to drag video only. So I'm going to click on this and drag it to a V track, because V stands for video. Okay, and then I have that. Okay, that's the first clip in my sequence. So I'm going to press spacebar to play, spacebar to pause. Okay, that's universal. You can press spacebar to play up here, spacebar, stop, spacebar, play, spacebar, stop. Okay, that's also useful down here, spacebar, play. Okay, that's a little long. I don't love how long that is. My audience is going to get bored, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So see that? Just because I drug a in and out down here doesn't mean that I'm stuck with that. I can always extend and shorten it down here if I want to. Okay, you just hover over the end and you just drag those sides in or those sides out. Okay, so you're not stuck with what you do. Okay, so see how fast that is. That's a little bit quicker. I like that. Okay, so that's my first clip. Okay, now I'm going to go find another clip. Let's say I get this first one. I'll double click that one. Has these females walking. I'm going to press I, O. I'm going to grab my, and I'm just grabbing random clips here. I'm not trying to do a great job here, but I grab those females walking. I press that. All right, I place that on my timeline. Press spacebar to view what I have. Boom, shows them. Cool, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get my third clip now. I'm just gonna start building my timeline. Okay, so I double click that one. I'm gonna get this one of the eagle. I'm gonna get right to where it about shows. Whoops, I'll press in right there. And then right before it shows, and I'm gonna press O right there. I'm gonna grab that and put that right there. Okay, now I'll press spacebar to view what's occurring. Cool, cool. Okay, I like it so far. Okay, and then I just continue to build my timeline there. Okay, it is okay if you put everything on the same line like that. That is totally fine. I personally like to do them staggered just so I have a better visual cue of where things start and stop. But you can totally place it right there if you want. That's totally fine. Okay, notice how I'm placing them perfectly at the end as well. If I have spaces like that, then it's going to be, there's going to be spaces in my video of blackness. So when it goes to the next one, there's going to be black, right? So that's useful if I want a black screen, but I don't want a black screen. So I'm going to continue to keep these things snapped perfectly end to end. Okay. So also, as I'm building these and I'm building my timeline, I can press plus to zoom in down there and minus to zoom out. Okay, plus to zoom in and minus to zoom out. When I'm zoomed in, if I want to move, I can grab this and drag it over, okay, just the middle there. Okay, but plus zooms in, minus zooms me out. Okay, which is helpful because when you guys build up your projects, you're going to have like 50 clips in here, and if you need to see like the 40th one and you're on the first one, you might have to zoom all the way out so you can see that one and then zoom into that one. Okay, so there is that. Now, the next thing I want to show you is slow-mo, fast-mo. Okay, so if you want to make something go fast-paced, sped up, or if you want to make something go slow. Okay, so this one right here, I'm going to double-click this clip. This one is of the hallway, and this one would look cool if it was fast-paced. So I'm just going to grab this whole thing. I don't want a portion of it. I want the whole thing. And I'm going to grab the video only and drag it down here. Now, just as I was saying, I can't see the end of it, so I'm going to minus out, press minus to zoom out. And now I can see it. Okay, that's a super long clip, and that would be really boring for people to watch in an edit if I just left it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it so it turns white, and I'm going to press Control R. Control R activates this clip speed duration little window where I can change the speed and duration. So if I change it to 500%, it goes much quicker. I'll press OK, and now it's shorter. Okay, if I press Control R and change it to 25%, it makes it go slow-mo and it makes it way bigger. So this one we want to be fast, so I'm actually go 1000%, and then we can watch it back. Spacebar. Okay, see that? I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, also, if I press Control R and activate that, you might have saw this with the window, you can press reverse speed. That will make things go backwards. Okay, so it essentially plays the beginning of the clip first. Okay, so now if I play it, people should be walking backwards. See that? Which is pretty cool. Okay, so you can do all sorts of creative things with that function right there, making people go backwards. Okay, I do like when I have my daughters and I'm making edits of them. If we're at the park and they're going down a slide, I can make them go up and down the slide. Or like even for this one, like I can take that one. If you hold Alt and click and drag a clip, it duplicates it automatically. So that's a cool little hack. So watch it. I can make two of those. I can make the first one go backwards, I believe. Let me see. That one's going backwards. And then this one, I can say Control R and make that one not go backwards. Now let's look what that looks like. Space bar to play. Boom. Boom. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'll keep it like that. So these are the types of things I'm looking for is for you to be creative. And keep in mind that you are not placing exactly what I'm placing in here. You're doing whatever you want. Okay, and then I just simply get back to building my my edit. Okay, so I'll go in here and I'll find some more footage there. I'll go in and out, and I'll grab that and bring it down there. Okay, and I'm continuing to build it. And I could always rewind back and play from the beginning to see what it looks like. It's kind of lagging now. Okay, so that's starting to look good. Okay, the next thing I want to show you are effects. The effects that I want to look at are mostly video transitions. Okay, so video transitions are helpful when they are used correctly. So if you go to effects right here, and then on the right side, yours is going to look actually, oh, there we go. Finally, my computer's lagging. On the right side here, it says video transitions. Okay, those are where we're going to find our video transitions. If you can't see those and your effects looks like this, you just click on effects. Okay, video transitions. Click on the arrow. Okay, these are all my different folders of video transitions. Okay, I like to use the dip to white and the dip to black, which are under dissolve. So I'm going to click the arrow next to dissolve. I'm going to grab a dip to black or a dip to white, and I'm going to click and drag it wherever I want, but it only gets placed when it turns colors. See how it's turning colors now? It's turning yellow. That means it's going to place. But sometimes it won't turn colors. I think it's because, watch, I'll show you. If I'm zoomed in and I try and grab it, see, it's not turning colors now. But when I get to the end, it will turn colors. Okay, so I'm going to place that one. Okay, and then now we can preview what it looks like. Press spacebar, dip to black. Okay, I don't know why I would have a transition right there, so I'm gonna actually click on it so it's white and then press delete. I think it'd probably be more appropriate to have a transition right before that scene, so I'm gonna put one right there. Okay, I'll look at that one, press spacebar. Okay, you can also adjust the length. So see how it changes when I hover over it? I can make that dip to black super long. Okay, and play it. It's going to be a longer dip. Or I can make it super quick. And it's going to be a really quick dip. Okay, I like the quick dip for this one. I'm going to zoom out so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I continue to build on this. Okay, and then I will be doing part 2 of the video after this one. But for this one, you should be able to open Adobe Premiere, bring in files, load files into your little bin down here, preview them in your source, drag them into your timeline, either dragging audio, video, or both. Should be able to sequence them, edit them, and then you should be able to add transitions, make it go fast or slow. Also, a couple other hotkeys that I want to tell you about is tilde. So tilde is right below escape on your far left side. It's next to the number 1. It looks like a sideways S, kind of a squirrely sign. That goes full screen whenever you want it to. So if I press tilde, it goes full screen of my timeline. Okay, full screen of my timeline, full screen, or it toggles full screen basically. Also, make sure that you do know, not like Photoshop, you can press Control Z. It doesn't have to be Control Alt Z. You can press Control Z to go back. All right,